Hello and welcome back to Winter Disco Tabletop Gaming. And oh my god, we just had the online Codex Preview Show thing from Games Workshop. Actually, it was a couple of hours ago. But I finally got around to actually talking about my thoughts. And I gotta say, I was blown away. If you've seen my predictions video in the top corner, have a look. You can go have a look or look in the video description. You can go check out that video. And I was completely wrong. I thought, nah, there's going to be no more Necrons. No more Necrons. We might get a couple models from Space Marines. We'll see a few Codex, maybe some rules. I'm not completely wrong, but my god, those Necron models and those Space Marine models. So I don't even know where to start. This video is just going to focus on the models. There were like a whole bunch of rules. I'm not going to look at the rules too much. I might do another video for that, but you can see at the moment we have the reanimation protocols engaged video playing, which shows off some of the new models for the Necrons, which will be coming soon. And oh my god, I was just blown away. So first off, we have the Ophidian Destroyers, very reminiscent of the old Wraiths, but they are part of the Destroyer cult with the massive scythes and claws and creepy legs. Not even a legs, it's a tentacle, a tail of some sort. They're really creepy. Honestly though, it looks like they've just cut the bottom of a body off and stuck a wraith tail on. So, I think they look really cool and menacing. It looks like they have a slightly different face. Like the head has more of a scowl, more menacing and evil. And it even comes with a little plasma sight, which is really cool. Yeah, I love the idea of these. Where's my notes on them? They tunnel through pocket dimensions and then pop out. So it looks like they're gonna have a lot of really cool movement rules to get into close combat. I really like them. I think I want to customize them. Those legs, I don't particularly like the tentacle tail type thing. I want to do something a bit different with that, but probably a few more kind of whip-like metallic metal tentacles. I think that'd be really cool. But I thought, yeah, okay, we'll see. That's fine. That's cool. Whatever. We finally got some new flayed ones as well. Brilliant, amazing. They look disgustingly gross, and I love it. With their long arms and long fingers, very Edward Scissorhands or Nightmare on Elm Street. I love it. Just like all that skin. I want to do more. I know Midwinter Minis did. Wow, let me say that again. I know Midwinter Minis did a kit bash of some of these, and they look amazing. So I can just see adding a bit more, throw some more tissues on there, make it a bit more gritty and grimy and bloody, and I think that'd be really super cool. I love how their heads are all cracked open. One of them has like a arm hanging off and skin like trying to be pulled over its face. Yeah, I really do like them. All like hunched over with these long, I guess, spine bits sticking out. Yeah, I really do like them. I'm very excited to get my hands on them. I think you can do some really cool things. Definitely, I think add a little bit more skin. That'll be really cool. And then we have these two new things that I was not ready for these. I was not ready. And we're going to go leave the last one, the best one for the end. But the first one we have is a Chronomancer, which has these Rubik's Cube type things that he pulls off from his armor and does some cool stuff. Like, what does he do? He can do stuff. I don't even know. I'm not even looking at the rules. I can just keep going back to this image of this model. I love it. I really, really do. I'm very keen to get my hands on these. I love the long staves. And the fact, yeah, he pulls off these little weird, strange chrono cubes off of his armor and uses that, puts it back on, pulls another one out. I think that's such a cool thing. I was definitely not expecting that. And I really love how they're leaning into this weird, bizarre thing with the Necrons, like this nightmare, cosmic horror type thing. Like the flayed ones are always cosmic horror, but now we have even more weird, bizarre nonsense going on. And even the staff has this weird sphere, which I imagine is completely glowing and pulsing to some like secret heartbeat of something, and it just rotates around. It even looks like it's an organic material that goes around this weird blood metallic stuff that just revolves around that. I love that idea. But the best one, who is designing these? Seriously, the Psychomancer. Who is having nightmares at Games Workshop at the moment? Seriously, this is just... I don't even know where to start. Well, I want to leave the best bit for last. We have a really long staff, which is just so creepy. A body that has little tiny like crab torso that has like little tiny legs tucked up in there with two giant tentacles moving around, creating this digital skull out of something. It's... I don't know what to tell you about this model. It is just bizarre, completely out there, and just... I'm seriously am lost for words for it, because I am just completely in love with it. Really, really am. I haven't really been this excited for models other than the Light of Eltharion from the Lumineth range. But this is just what's going on. There's so much stuff happening, and it makes absolutely no sense, and I absolutely love it. And it really goes to that whole cosmic horror alien thing that makes absolutely no sense. To the Necrons, perfect sense. They completely understand this. But to anyone else, what is this? What is this absolutely horrifying thing? So I'm so excited to get my hand on that. Simply because it's just so bizarre. It doesn't make sense. No other Racing 40k would be able to do whatever is happening here and then comprehend what that is, whatever that is. Oh, yeah, so basically they do like a thing called a Nightmare Shroud, which is an aura, and it makes you lose leadership and combat attrition tests. So the only rule I'm going to talk about. But, so many things. I want to, particularly on this Psychomancer, I want to add in a few more tentacles, probably coming out of that lower part of the body, redesign the big two tentacles there. I think I don't particularly like those, but the rest of the model, I'm just really just very excited. When they showed that last night, I was just like looking around going, oh my God. I said, oh my God, a lot last night. I was like, what's that? What is this thing? I love it. Obviously, I'm going to get as many of these as I can because I love the new range. It's so good. Okay, that's only a little bit of what we're going to talk about. The next one is the Space Marines. I thought, they'll show a model or two, but this is going to be more focused on the codexes and the rules. And yeah, we'll see some models, some new units, whatever. No, we got a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of stuff we already knew about. And that's fine, but just some absolute coolness. And I will come back and talk about the Codex a little bit more in depth, but finally we get to see the captain with the mastercrafted heavy bolt rifle, and that model is... I'm so happy we finally get to see it. I'm definitely picking this one up. I think this is just such a brilliant... such a brilliant model. The whole pose, all the intricate bits of armor and the plating there and all the little tiny plates interlocking with everything, the cape going off one of the shoulders, which I absolutely love. The helmet looks really cool. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. I really, really love this model. And I'm definitely going to pick it up. Is going to be my captain, and I'll probably... I might do some more stuff to make him sort of like a chapter master, because it's just such a cool model. Better than the other captain in Gravis Armor from Dark Imperium. I never particularly liked that model. So I'm happy we finally get another captain. New Primaris captain. Love it. He's got Mark 10 in Gravis Armor with a mastercrafted heavy bolt rifle. And they said on the stream, there is nothing wrong with that sentence at all. It's a beautiful, perfect sentence. A captain with mastercrafted heavy bolt rifle. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting that. Oh, but why wait? We've just one model with heavy bolt rifle. Why not an entire unit? Heavy intercessors. These things are just beautiful. In Gravis armor, we finally get them. We knew they were coming. We hadn't really seen them. We had some grainy images, but really cool. I love the shoulder pads. I love the sort of cutaway part of the shoulder pads to see the under armor on the under carapace a little bit. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So we got one here with a heavy bolter. It's glorious. And then we have a heavy bolt rifle where he's putting a new, what do they call it, a new canister cartridge? I don't know weapons. That armor is just so chunky. I love it. Then we have one dude pointing away, going, yep, that's where we're going to shoot. There's a unit there. I don't want it to be there. Get rid of it. And another one holding it up. Like, these guns are really chunky. I love them. They would probably be almost, they'd have to be like a meter long, really, in real terms, like super long. And we have a few other models as well. I love them. Like this one here, just moving forward. Absolutely love it. I think that's really cool. So I'm not going to come back to the rules. I'm not so much up on the rules, but I will do a video specifically for the rules. I just want to talk about the models for now, because the models. Then we have the new multi-part Eradicators. Oh, to me, the Eradicator unit is probably the best in the Indomitus box set. So I'm so excited that we get multi-part kits. I just want to have just expand out the unit to make it super big and just have them there. Yeah, there's a tank. There's no tank there anymore. So we have like a sergeant pointing with his funky head. I love the lower part of the helmet there with like a massive gas mask and everything. Heavy multi-melter. It's glorious. It's so good. And then a few more different kind of setup there. So I'm assuming the box will come with 3 and multi-part, and you can do some cool things. So that is pretty cool. Of course, we have blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm getting my words all mixed up because I'm just so excited about these models. We have the Blade Guard Veterans. So we knew this was coming. It was teased. I think it was sort of accidentally revealed in an article or something online. Multi-part Blade Guard Veteran kit, which is super cool because you can only get them in the Indomitus box set, and I want some more. I'm really leaning towards a very high-level elite Space Marine army. Not to play, but just to paint. So building it around like a chapter master and his retinue that surrounds him, like his special Blade Guard unit. And, we may do, what I want to do, I might do the live stream one day. When we have more people watching, we'll do a live stream and we'll just come up with a chapter and some history and names of units. But anyway, that's in the future. We're not talking about that. Multi-part Blade Guard Veterans, really cool. There is an image in the video, and I'm going to pull it back up and show it now, of the guy, the veteran, wiping off his blade with a Chaos flag or a Chaos banner. That, I'm so excited. I'm using that. I'll probably even try and put that on my chapter master because it makes sense, because it's awesome. And of course, it's not, I'm assuming that the Chaos symbol is painted on, so you can put whatever you want on there. If you want to put on something like, I don't know, what's an army? An orc army. Put some orc stuff on there. Why not? Very thematic. I really do like that. So I'm keen to get this. And of course, you're probably going to have a whole bunch of extra heads in there too, and different weapons and a whole bunch of stuff. I think that's really cool. That's not all. Of course, it's not all. We have a multi-part Assault Intercessor kit, which is super cool. There's so many cool models in here. It has similar poses to what you can get already in the monopose easy to build ones, which is fine. I love that kit. I have plenty of them. I think I have like 25 of them just laying about from different boxes that I've bought. So I'm very excited about that. I have a full army just of Assault Intercessors, but looks like there's going to be so many bits in here. So we have a sergeant with a Stormhammer. What? And a little hand flamer. Oh my god, that's so cool. Some awesome poses. With a dude with a knife, which is really cool. But there's 2 special ones. The guy with the bandolier of grenades, and he's about to throw one. He doesn't have his gun out. He doesn't have a chainsaw out. He's just got grenades. And he's just going to throw them. Because why not? You'll probably run up to people and just shove it down their throat. and then throw them back at the unit that they're attacking, because why not? The guy is a boss. So I'm definitely building one for that. I think that's just crazy. We also have one of the Primaris Marines dropping out a magazine from his bolt rifle, or his whatever, I can't remember what they're called. Oh my god, what a day. And he's got another magazine ready to go. I love that. That dynamic nature of it, I think that's really cool. It really does tell like a story to me. I can imagine doing some dioramas or some set pieces with that, and a whole bunch of things, like they're all just they're just loading up and shooting out. Really love it. So one thing they pointed out very briefly, it's a multi-part kit, and of course it works with other Primaris multi-part kits. Okay, of course it does. But now we have all these new body poses. You can get this kit, get a normal intercessor kit, and bash them together. So you have these running forward intercessors with their bolt rifles. And I love that idea, that you now have this dynamic army that is just surging forward on the battlefield. And all the models in that army will represent that. I love that. I definitely want to give that a go. I think that is super cool. And as we keep going, no, there's more. Of course there's more. We finally got the land speeders, called the Storm Speeder. 3 men in a Storm Speeder, which is basically a flying tank. And it looks cool. So you get 3 variations. The Hail Strike, we'll look at that one first. So this has, looks like an assault cannon, some other like stubbers. Yeah, so there's a Onslaught Gatling cannon, 2 Iron Hail heavy stubbers, a pair of Fragstorm grenade launchers. So you're getting a lot of DACA out of that. And that's just one of the variations. I think it's really cool. Next one we have is the Hammer Strike, which seems to be tank busting. So it's got missiles, grenades, tri-barreled melter, which just looks awesome. I'd love to be able to put that just on a Primaris. I think that would be super cool. So that is the Hammer Strike. So as you can tell, it uses the same chassis, same Primaris models, but you just change the loadout. So you may be able to do this as magnetized. I'm not 100% sure. Possibly, you might be able to. I think you could probably fix it up and do it. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure. And then we have the Thunderstrike, which is, what does this have? Twin Icarus rocket pods, and it looks like a las cannon. Looks like a giant las cannon. I think it looks like a las cannon, and some missiles on there. So pretty cool. I mean, this is a chunky boy. You could do some really cool stuff with that. And now we're at a stage where we have some very assault heavy Primaris armies. So you've got Storm Speeders, you've got the bikes, you've got the ATV coming in. So you get some really cool stuff. Hopefully one day we'll get a flyer. Even just like, I can imagine just like a single unit flyer just flies around, like not too big, but the Storm Speeder is pretty big. So if they do a flyer, it'll be probably like double the size. So, oh my god, so many models, and we're talking for about 19 minutes now, and I haven't even talked about the rules. I haven't even talked about the other books. So let's talk about we haven't even talked about Codexes. Okay, let's stop for a second. Take a breath. Whew. We've looked at the models. Let's talk about the Codexes. So, Necron Codex, 120 pages, which I'm like, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty big codex. I don't know what they usually are, but it's usually like 170 to 200 pages. Sorry, what am I saying? No, 90 to 100 pages. 70 to 100 pages, about that. That's usually what the book sizes are. This is 120 pages. So apparently it catches you up with all the lore about what's going on, really focuses on the Silent King, and they're just goddamn amazing model. And the rules, which are pretty much crazy for the Silent King, because he's millions and millions of years old. He killed gods. So his rules are just going to be on fire. Apparently he can do pretty much everything. In every phase of the game, he can do something. So that's pretty exciting. So you get all the rules for everything else. Full of amazing new art, because it's a new range. So you've got to have new art. And that's awesome. Next up we have the Space Marine Codex. It is 208 pages. 208. It is huge. has 98 data sheets. That is so much. So much. And what they're saying is every chapter has access to those, except the Grey Knights, because they're a very specialist army and they're going to get their own codex. And that's something that they revealed towards the end, that they will have their own specific codex, which goes into a next point. But the Space Marine things, it must have so much stuff in there. They did touch a little bit on the Crusade rules and what you can do with them, and I'm not going to go into that. If I do another video, I think I will in the next few days about the rules, because I want to get my head around them. Of course, we knew there was going to be a lot of Crusade stuff in there, so I'm pretty excited like that. And it seems very specific to the armies, such as if your Space Marine character dies, you can put them in a dreadnought. That's freaking cool. I can just do that, particularly if you have a very close gaming group that you spend a lot of time playing with and one of your characters gets killed. Build a dreadnought, and then a couple of games later it comes back and it's all adorned with certain things that are very reminiscent of that character. I think it just makes me want to have a character die, basically, so I can bring this dreadnought and just so thematic and narrative, and everyone will go, oh my god, I killed that guy and he's coming back to be killed again. Love it. Don't know what else I was saying. And there's a few things about the Necrons. So there's some new Necron rules as well to do with, I think it was called protocols or directives, sorry. And like that. So, of course, new edition, new armies, so you get heaps of stuff. But then they also started to show off some of the other codexes. And we have that video playing now. So, of course, as Space Marines, which is fair enough. I mean, the point that they made is there's some Space Marine armies that are very specific. They have units that would not be in the standard Space Marine Codex. It doesn't make sense for them to be in there. So they said, okay, here's the three that we're going to do. Blood Angels, Space Wolves, and Death Watch. They're called Codex Supplements, which is what we expected. It made sense that they're going to do this. And I think I've touched on this in the preview video where I'm like, this makes sense. Have the core book and then expand upon that with expansions and supplements. So you have the Blood Angels, they have access to everything, but of course they have their own rules, like the Death Company, the Sanguinary, I can't pronounce the word, those gold guys, the gold flying guys, and all their special characters and things. The Space Wolves as well, they have their own structure of how an army is constructed and the size of the units and things like that. And you have like the Wolfmen and people riding wolves, which wouldn't make sense in the normal codex. And then also Death Watch. Now they get access to everything, just like every other Space Marine codex, which is awesome. Yeah, and they have their own specialized things, so they have a lot of their own rules as well. So I think it's a good way to go, and it makes sense that these armies do get their own books up front, because most of the other Space Marine armies, they are... I don't want to sound this isn't a disparaging way, this is a big generalization, but they're just Ultramarines in different colors. No, I should say they're all the Space Marines in different colors, not Ultramarines. I'm sorry. I'm going to get some hate in the comments. I'm sorry. So it makes sense. Like, it wouldn't make sense to have a Ultramarine supplement unless you're going to go for special characters. And that's it. I mean, I think all those characters will be in the Codex itself, the main Space Marine Codex. And they might really smaller ones, like little expansions that has extra rules specific. So like a Raven Guard supplement might have, some extra characters in there, maybe some more rules, but they're not really going to have any extra units. Maybe some specific Crusade stuff and relics, but nothing too specific. You know what I'm saying? Then they also revealed that the Death Guard one is coming, which makes sense as well. That was the first, that and the Space Marine Codex were the first from 8th edition, which was now, that's 3 years ago? 4 years? 3 years, have to be about 3 years. And it makes sense they get to refresh, because you do have power creep and all the rules changing and new things being introduced. So it's kind of cool. And you also get another cool model, which I didn't talk about before because I wanted to save it for this bit. Yeah, we've seen teasers of this one. It's okay. I love it. I love the chunkiness of it. I think it's such a big boy, but I'm kind of underwhelmed. I would like to see it's too green to me. I think it should have some more pusses on there, some more tentacles and things like that. that's just me. But the good news is, these the 3 Codex supplements and the Death Guard Codex are coming out this year. They specifically said that they will be out this year. So we're going to have a very tight turnaround for these codexes. So the Space Marine and Necron ones are coming out in October, I believe, which is, honestly, it's not that far away. So we have 3 months to get out 5 codexes, basically. It's doable. They'll do like one a week. They might release 2 of the supplements at once, Death Guard later. And maybe they'll be like, hey, here's a surprise we lied. Here's another one. I doubt it. But there you go. So, sorry. I'm just flicking through the community page just to see if I missed anything. Yeah, of course I did. There's another codex. The Imperial Armor Compendium from Forge World. Because now the rules are slightly different. We need updated things for all the Forge World ones. So this book is huge. It has, let me check my notes, 191 data sheets. 191. It's huge. And if you just look at it, it's thick too. So it's definitely there if you do buy a lot of Forge World stuff. So because it's not one specific army, it's like, do I want to buy it just for one data sheet? I can probably get that elsewhere somehow. Through a friend of a friend of a friend called the internet. Who knows? But it was cool. And they also have brand new regimental doctrine for the Death Corps of Krieg, which is kind of cool. That's a really cool army, and I wish we could get some plastic miniatures of that. Please, Games Workshop, please release them one day. I know you're not going to because it's a Forge World thing and you like resin over there, but that would be super nice. Okay, thank you for listening. Yeah, so you get that too. So overall, oh my god, so much stuff. I've almost been talking for half an hour. It's just, and I feel like I rushed through everything as well. I'm just scrolling back up through the page. As you can see, if you haven't been to the page, let's have a look. We're just going to scroll through super fast. We're just going through super fast. There's so many rules and so much stuff in there that they revealed and so many models and everything else. So, oh my god, we're still going. And we're going to be down at the bottom. There we go. So, it's... I don't know what to say. I was so struck. I really was. And we haven't even talked about the animations that they showed for the Necrons and the Space Marines. Brilliant. Go and watch it. You would have seen it probably a little bit in this video, but go back and watch it. They're real. I like them. Yeah, I'm super excited. I really am. There's so many cool models, and I haven't really looked at the rules. I'm excited about the Crusade rules whenever we get to play again with groups of people. Even in Australia, it's still a bit dicey if we should or shouldn't. So I think there's so much content that is out there that we'll be able to use very soon. And I'm just looking back through all those Necron models. Yeah. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite is. I every time I go through and look at models, I just don't know. It is a toss-up between the Psychomancer, because have you seen that model? What is going on? And the Captain with Mastercrafted Heavy Bolt Rifle. What is that thing? Oh my god, I love it. So let me know in the comments. Definitely like. And if you do like this content, subscribe. And if you want to see a video on the rules, let me know below. Because I'm more about the models itself than playing the game. Not all up on the rules, but you know, I'm trying to deliver content that you want. So let me know if you want to see a bit more of a review of those rules. So that's it. Been going for about half an hour. That's all we're going to talk about. And I'm just going to go back and look through all these images. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video, whatever and whenever that is. See ya.